What is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us for another edition of the Red and Gold Standard podcast. If you notice somebody's missing, apparently Zach was hanging out trying to get the scoop from the Chicago Bears because whatever they got, he's got. So Zach is feeling under the weather. We wish him a speedy recovery. But that being said, it's going to be me and my man Mike Andrews from Nothing But Niners going over the Sunday night football matchup, a very important one between the 49ers and the Bears. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. My dad sent up some Christmas money for the kids down from Georgia. So he was
Nice.
like, make sure you take my babies out to get something to eat. So we all went out for a brunch today, man. And then I got itis, and then my daughter's like, I got a gift card for Christmas. Can we go to Target? So then we go to Target, and then I'm sleeping in the parking lot, and they're out, and
There you
I
go.
got Red Zone on in the background, man. I was living like a king. So we're home now, and I'm ready to rock and roll, man.
Yeah, the games this morning would have put me to sleep too, to be honest. They were weird. It was a weird slate of games, the early games. It looked like the
Yeah,
Panthers might give the Seahawks a run for their money in the first half and then panthered themselves in the second half. The Steelers came out, and let me tell you something. If the Steelers don't win next week against the Ravens, that's a curtain on Mike Tomlin.
on
He's going
Aaron
to get fired.
Rodgers. Oh,
He's
oh,
going to
you
get
think
fired.
so?
100%. They
Dude,
were calling
did
for
you?
his job earlier, and he was able to stave that talk off just a little bit by getting some wins
Right.
together. But if they go from being in control of their own destiny to losing to the Browns and then losing to the Ravens back to back to miss the playoffs, I think he's got to go.
It was so odd because they didn't lead at all that entire game. The Browns
No.
led from wire to wire. That's
Yeah.
insane to me. That's nuts. I thought, like you said, I thought the Panthers had a shot, especially in the fourth quarter. It was like 3rd and 21, and you could tell that Seattle was just going to check it down and do whatever. And then Horn, like face mask, and Jigba, and that was it. Like they just walked from that point on. That was it.
Yeah. Big mistake there. And the other aspect of that game that, kind of gave me a tip off as to it was going to be Seattle's day is Darnold throws that end zone pick, and like the very next play, Chuba Hubbard gets stripped.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. It
all
was
right,
like ball don't lie type of thing because people thought
yeah,
that it was
because
toe was on the
it was
line.
close.
So
Yeah, exactly. Ball
yeah,
don't lie. So I was like, it's kind of like there's been some 49ers games, and I'm not going to mention, but where certain things happen, I was like, yeah, today ain't the day, guys.
yeah.
So
Well, I like it, man. It's setting up for a very big Week 18 game, but first we got to get through this Week 17 thing here that we're going to preview
100%.
now, and it's going to be interesting, man.
Yeah, so the Bears come into Santa Clara to face the 49ers. Both are 11-4 right now, I believe. The Bears, by virtue of the loss by the Packers yesterday, have locked up the NFC North, so they're division champ already. They can still get the number one seed, but they need to beat the 49ers tonight. They need the 49ers to beat Seattle next week, and I think they need the Rams to lose one of two. So they have a pretty far road to get the number one seed. All the Niners have to do is win out, and they'll be the number one seed. By virtue of the loss yesterday, though, the Niners can do no worse than the sixth seed. Although that I don't think that sets up particularly well, to be honest. If the 49ers were going to win the division and be number one, I think number 5 would be where you want to be because they're going to play again another team on the skids. Tampa Bay losing again to a Dolphins team that is essentially playing for absolutely nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Not good.
Tampa Bay has had one of the worst meltdowns I've ever seen down the stretch here, the final stretch of the season. And every time I watch Tampa Bay or I see highlights of them messing up, it's Baker just doing too much running around. All this talk about Baker being elite, I think it started getting to his head. He's holding on to the ball way too long. He's running around and scrambling behind the line of scrimmage and just he's messing up the entire flow of that offense. And then when they do get like a successful screen pass completed, the guys don't learn to follow their blockers. It looks like a bunch of people playing individually instead of as a unit,
Yeah.
and that's just not successful. I think that's the kind of team that you can take. I hope that the Panthers somehow make it in, but I don't know if they needed to win and then play the Bucks. I don't know I don't know how it works.
So the Panthers play the Bucks next week. The winner gets the division straight up. So
I hope the
that's
Panthers
way
get
to
in.
go.
I'd rather play the Panthers than the Buccaneers. I think they're both pretty bad right now. They're both reeling. So
Yeah, it's both pretty bad. I just, to me, I think, again, like you said, Baker trying to do a little too much, but there's something about his moxie that it's like, if it was a playoff situation and you had to rise to the occasion, I'd probably trust Baker to do it a little bit more than I'd trust Bryce Young. Either way, a lot of people are like, oh, well, the Buccaneers, it's always funny to me because my friend did this too. He's like, man, I hope the Bears can win. They haven't been really healthy all season. I was like, man, I know you ain't saying that to me, man. Not with the 49ers doing what they're doing. It's like anybody who's complaining about injuries or trying to use that excuse, get out of here with that, man. I'm not trying to hear that.
I keep seeing like, oh, it's the most injured team. It's the most injured team. And I'm like, when did they pass us? But I have to remember that we're getting guys back these last 3 games. There's been another guy here, another guy there. They're adding 2 guys at a time and all. So I was like, all right, I guess maybe that's how they're doing it. But it is what it is, man. We got to see how today's goes. So.
Yeah, speaking of getting guys back, word on the street is if the 49ers can make a little bit of a dip into the playoffs, Fred Warner might be able to come back. He's apparently ahead of schedule with his rehab. He's sleeping in hyperbaric chambers. He's doing all the crazy stuff that he needs to do. We'll see if that bears out. I don't know. I think you have to be pretty careful with that. You don't want to rush him back and have something happen just because you're trying to, make a run. Listen, if they go NFC Championship game, could he come back for that? Sure. If they make it to the Super Bowl, he's not winning that. He's not losing or missing that game. He's going to be back no matter what for that.
You're the medical guy. You think it's wise to rush somebody back? That like
if the bone is healed and the prosthetic, like the hardware is set and everything's good there, then there's really no risk of him coming back. It's not going to be a thing.
What about the whole thing where it's like, when there's one leg injury, the other one's been overcompensating for so long, you got to get back into balancing it all out and all that. You're not worried about that either?
No, it's different. That's I would say if it was a muscle pull, then yes, because you're trying to work through that, right? But it's so specifically focused on him being able to weight bear on that leg again that he's doing a lot of stuff like pool work, which is going to take a lot of weight off that opposite leg. He's doing a lot of very specific balance drills and loading drills. So you'll see him standing on like one of those platform Bosu balls or whatever with his like injured leg, and the other one's just there for stability. So it's not really an overuse situation where like, I'm trying to full on 100% give it my all while babying this. That's where you get in trouble, right? Where you start changing up your you're out there sprinting and you change up the way that you're running because you're trying to take it easy on that one thing. You change your gait a little bit or something like that. He's doing very specific rehab to this injury, so that will help to keep him in balance. The thing is just when he starts to ramp up, that's when you run into, hey, is he going to have risk for muscle pull, hamstring pull, whatever else?
And do you think it would play into team morale at all? Right, you got guys battling through injury, Bethune in and out of the lineup and all that, or you think the Niners say, fuck it, we don't care, like this is who we got.
Listen,
this is what we're doing.
No, if Warner is able to come back, what a shot in the arm that would be. Like that would, I mean, might as well just put steroid into a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Like that's how it's going to be. So yeah, that's where I'm at on that. It's possible. I don't think, obviously he has to be cleared. So he's not going to come back if he's not cleared, but some people heal differently. And, while they say this is the range of injury or whatever else, I don't know that anybody else is sleeping every night away from his wife in a hyperbaric chamber. You know what I mean? Where you get an oxygen rich flow and it's very pressurized and that, sends nutrients there. So it's all a lot. I'm sure he's spending a ton of money trying to get back. So it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. It's cool. I want to see how it plays out. That's good.
Yeah. But before we get there, we got to talk about the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears having a really good season under first-year coach Ben Johnson. And I think that good coaching has been a lot of the difference between what they did last year and what they're doing this year. The talent is fairly similar. I don't know. They've added a couple guys, but it's not like a full roster turnover or whatever. But they've gone from being a team that wasn't even sniffing the playoffs to a team that is right there on the cusp of potentially getting a 1 seed, and they're division winners. What do you think about the Bears coming in the season they've had and the threat they pose to the 49ers?
If I'm going to be honest, I know this is going to be like a condensed episode. I am not worried about these Bears, man. I'm looking through their schedule, and a lot of their wins are last-second wins, fourth quarters at the end of the games. You go back to their Packers win, their most recent one. It took a successful onside kick and the overtime Hail Mary. Like, I'm not you're not going to get by like that against a team that's sound. We're not the best team. You know, you could do that against teams like the Packers who are reeling from losing star pass rusher, and they're still kind of scrambling around to figure out who's doing what and all that with a linebacker out. You know, you can do that against a Giants team that's, you know, it's the Giants. You know what I'm saying? You can do that against the
Yeah.
Steelers who at that time, if I'm not mistaken, were without TJ Watt, right? That's not us. That's not how the Niners are. Everybody in the Niners team has been tested. The coaches know exactly what players do what well. You're going to get a fundamentally sound team coming in here right now, and that's how we're going to go out there and play ball. So the last thing I'm worried about is this Bears team, honestly.
Yeah.
Not to disrespect them. We heard about the injuries and the illnesses going through. I'm sure we'll get to that in a second, the injury report as well. But like just overall looking at the Bears team, I'm not worried about it. They had a good running back. The Niners' run defense seems to be ready to rock and roll now. We got some linemen back out there, so I'm just not worried about them.
To that end, and to speak to what you're saying, remember that Bears comeback against the Packers was against Malik Willis for most of that game. Now Malik Willis is, you know, obviously a pretty good talent. I'm sure Tennessee is probably kicking themselves for giving up on him so early. But again, you're talking about a backup quarterback that hasn't really played. You're coming in and, you know, you have to come back and win that game. And it's an odd season for them. They've had 6 comeback wins within the last 2 minutes when trailing in the last 2 minutes of regulation. That's the most since the 1970 merger. So this is a weird season, and they're getting a lot of, some would say, lucky breaks. But again, you got to think about who it's against. You know what I mean? Bengals without Joe Burrow, Giants, Vikings,
Steelers without Watt,
right? Packers, you know, so Packers without Jordan Love,
without Parsons,
or
without Love,
again without Parsons as well. So you know, it's against bad teams, and you're not going to go against a good team like the 49ers and do that. So they're going to have to bring their A game. And
they could be 5-10 right now, and here we are because the ball's got to bounce a certain way. And like I said, the Niners have gotten a couple of wins this year that I don't think they deserved. That overtime win against the Rams is one of the main ones. You know what I mean? Like I think that was all McVay being emotional and all. But
just as a point of contention, you know, to speak to what you were talking to with the Bears have now added wide receivers DJ Moore and I'm not even going to pronounce the name to their injury report due to an illness and are listing both players as questionable for tonight's game against the 49ers. Now, Mike, that is, I mean, they have a lot of guys. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if they were sharing, you know, food over Christmas or whatever, but it seems like half of their offense is sick. It's a lot of the wide receivers. It's like Roma Dunze's, like, you know, DJ Moore. All these guys are sick or whatever, and it's like that's either going to go the route of Michael Jordan flu game or they're going to play like dog water.
Do you remember the Niners? Was it? It might have been the COVID year, actually, and everybody in our secondary got sick. Do you remember that? Like it was a big deal. Mad people got the flu in the Niners secondary. It kind of feels like that's what's happening here with this Bears team, you know. And some guys were able to go, and then there were other guys that the team was just like, no, we're not even going to like entertain putting them in there right now. Like we're just gonna just sit out. So it's gonna be interesting to see who's out there because they also might be doing something else. There's a flip side to this.
Okay.
They locked up their division. They could just be resting guys.
Hard for me to believe when they still have an outside shot at number 1.
But it's very, very outside. Like it involves 3 of the NFC West teams collapse. Well, 2 now.
But you're also
2 of the NFC West teams collapsing.
You're also talking about a sicko coach that takes his shirt off after victories. Like that guy is not going to yield for nothing. You know what I mean? Like that's like saying, "Oh, Dan Campbell's going to purposely sit out." That's not how they're built. You know what I mean? Like so that aspect, while it sounds good from a conspiracy aspect, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I think they're legitimately sick. One of the guys, and I'm spacing on the name right now, was listed as sick, and I think it was a defensive back for them. And they're actually flying him out. He didn't travel with the team, but they're flying him out because he might have recovered.
It was the offensive tackle. The offensive tackle.
Okay.
It was oh God, I'm blanking. Hold on, I got it right here. I actually have it in my notes for the show.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, so he didn't travel with the team, but they just announced that he is going.
They're flying him out.
And it's weird because they're like, oh, but we don't know if he's Darnell Wright. He's a right tackle. They're
There we go.
starting right
Okay.
tackle. And they were like, we don't actually know if he's going to start, but he's flying out to be with the team. And I'm like, guys,
Yeah,
he's not
100% he's
flying
gonna
out.
start.
Yeah, he's not flying out to sit down and watch the game. Like you think he's taking
That was like we had that conversation too. Remember, Mike, where you're like, I don't know if they're going to start Phillip Rivers. I'm like, Phillip Rivers ain't coming out of retirement to sit on that fucking bench. Like he.
And then did you see he got benched at the end of the game today?
Only because he does. So, caveat with that is they needed Leonard to come in to throw the Hail Mary.
But they're saying he's not going to start next week either. They were saying that might be.
There's no reason for him to start now. They lost a game, and he didn't look particularly good.
He didn't at all, and he threw his untimely interception again, like he always does, right? But it's like,
well, I mean,
dude, like just let him finish though. If
Yeah.
the season's over, let him finish it out. Like now you're going to put Leonard in. If I'm Leonard, I'm like, man, screw you guys.
Yeah,
that's messed up.
We'll see. I would say he's only what 125 yards away from passing Ben Roethlisberger on the all-time list. If I were Phillip Rivers, I'd be like, hey, let me get past him. So
that part, yeah.
We got a super chat here from our boy Tommy Huxley. Are the Bears overrated or underrated or neither? The posing of this question kind of reminds me of The Office, where Jan tells Michael, Michael, I've underestimated you, and he's like, maybe next time you'll estimate me. And it's kind of how I feel about it. They're neither. They're having a weird season. It's hard to get. I think Ben Johnson is an excellent coach. I think that he's getting the most out of Caleb Williams, who is still a very flawed young quarterback. Not a lot of timing, not a lot of I would say not a lot of innate feel for the game. He's oblivious to pass rush. That dude gets blasted sometimes. I'm like, bro, like you got to watch out for this. No sense of timing in terms of like, hey, get the ball out. Yeah, I think that Ben Johnson's doing a lot of heavy lifting for this offense, and they've gotten lucky, to be honest.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? We've seen teams get lucky and go on to win Super Bowls, if I'm being honest with you guys. The Giants are one of those teams that, talk about luck being on their side, right? At the right moment at the right time. They had two moments in that Super Bowl, not the Super Bowl game, but that Super Bowl run that led up to the David Tyree catch on his helmet. But during that same playoff run, there was two other moments in there. I think one was against the Packers. And I can't remember who the other team was, but it was like, I can't believe that just happened. They're still in this thing. That defense just starts going crazy. Sack, fumble exactly when they need it. And then it's like, all right, they're going to win this one too. So we've seen it. It's hard to call a team overrated because when you have 21 turnovers, that's not luck, right? You lead the NFL in turnovers.
Their defense is good. Yeah.
Right. So it's hard for me. And when your defense is that good, if your defense is generating 21 extra possessions for your offense, even if your offense is bad, some of those times it's got to turn into cash for you. And that's how you end up winning games by one score in 2 minutes or less in in a couple of times a season. So,
and let's be fair, the old adage is an old adage for a reason. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So listen, 49ers have had luck go their way, and you take those things, right? Specifically, I remember, what's the odds in the snow that you're going to hold Aaron Rodgers to 9 points and a blocked punt for a touchdown is going to be what saves you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Any word on Kittle's status for the game? Latest I heard is that he's unlikely to play, although he's going to try to test it out before the game. The fact
Kittle
that Brady Willis was activated leans me to believe that he's not going to play.
So the Niners did that as a precaution. They activated Braden Willis 3 days ago. And so that way he can get ready for the game. According to those around Kittle, he wants to play, and he's legitimately a game time decision. I am talking, let's go out here, let's warm up an hour before kickoff and see how I feel, and they're going to decide that way. He has traveled with the team. He wants to play, but there's no guarantee that he's going to. And he's also got the Niners kind of in his ear, like, hey, maybe we don't need you for this one, and we need you more for week 18 to try to get that number 1 seed type of thing.
Yeah. I would say I would lean on the side of he's not going to play. Ricky Pearsall probably going to play. It's trending.
Yes, that has been reported that Ricky Pearsall is expected to play today.
Yeah. Now, when he gets tackled, he needs to not go down on his knee. That's the biggest thing. Just stay off that knee, man.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that. I go back and I watch Ricky Pearsall. It almost looks like he does that, like when he gets brought down. It's like he folds forward like that. Is that like a
Yeah,
is that is that
I
just how
think
he is?
no. I honestly think that with some of these receivers, because of the rules against hip drop tackles and the way that you know people are not trying to get caught up, I think they teach them, hey, just collapse at your knees and go down, because you don't want a guy falling on your leg from behind because you're trying to get an extra yard and then you break your leg. You know what I mean? I just think that he might not be particularly good at it. He's landing too hard, rather than he's going like straight down in front, rather than he's like angle his knee bend to the side so that he's going down on the side of it. Take it more on, the side of the thigh, between your quad and your hamstring, where it's not gonna, you can get hit there anyway. It's fine, but it's not gonna,
Where it
he's
looks
going
more
down
like a
directly on his
slide.
knees. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Gotcha.
yeah, that's just my theory. I don't know if that's, it makes sense to me from a biomechanical aspect that you would, if you're worried about hip drop tackles, which they should be, because Kittle essentially got hip dropped last week. You want to not have that come up and hurt you, because I think that's going to be where you get the broken legs.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do think that Ricky's going to be. I think he's going to play in this one. And
Yeah.
how does
And I
that
mean,
affect this offense now? Like, how concerned are you with that? Like, so you got no George Kittle. The run game just had the best game of the season. Well, at least
yeah.
for one individual, right, in CMC. Now, my gut is telling me that. Well, not my gut. My brain is telling me that they're going to try to use him in the passing game more than in the running game because of that record that he's pursuing, the 1,000, 1,000. You got
Well,
people in the division setting records with Trey McBride and all. Like, let's get Christian McCaffrey now in there if we can. What do you think about that? How is this going to look without Kittle?
by the way, shout outs to Trey McBride. The last 2 seasons, he has 228 catches.
That is absolutely insane.
That's nuts. Because he had 111 last year, and he just set the record today with 117.
117. And
Yeah,
they still
so
got a game to play, bro.
and they still got a game to
They
play.
still got a game to play. That is
I know.
insane to me.
I know. That makes it. By the way, that's going to make all the haters kind of go away. Like, Myles Garrett didn't get a sack today. If he gets it next week, the haters going to be like, he didn't do it in 16 games. They're going to Roger Maris him.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
listen, the big thing for me is Brock Purdy and the way he's played the last 2 weeks. 8 touchdowns to 1 pick in the last 2 weeks, balling out of his mind. No Kittle means that you probably will see Christian McCaffrey more in the passing game. But some of our other, especially Tonjes, some of our backup tight ends have contributed more to the passing game this season than we've been used to in years past. Farrell has had a couple of good catches, but Tonjes is like, come on. That touchdown or would-be touchdown last week was legit. And, Kyle was just so in his bag that he's like, I don't even need to challenge that. We'll just score on the next play. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, they were just.
I love that he was that dialed in, but I hated that for Jake.
I know. Yeah. And he deserves it, But Tanja's legit tight end too. I think they can stop that search at this point. If Kittle doesn't play, I think that you rely maybe a little more on McCaffrey in the passing game. It's good that Pearsall's there. We've seen Robinson come on with some big catches the last couple weeks. Now they can continue to feed Kendrick Bourne. Now that he got his money, hey, we don't have to worry about freezing him out anymore. Juwan Jennings, if he comes in with his head right, which he was last week, again, I'm not super worried about this offense in terms of being able to move the ball, because Brock Purdy finally looks like Brock Purdy, and just the points per game, like all the explosive plays that we were missing. And no shade to Mac Jones, who did a phenomenal job, but that's what you're missing with Mac Jones. You don't get those extensions, you don't get those off schedule, you don't get those explosives that you get with Brock Purdy. And I think that's made a big difference the last 2 weeks.
And we've been using the depth of the wide receiving core so much that now they're all now they know I'm supposed to be here on this play. Like, this is a rhythmic offense. You're supposed to be at a spot. Purdy's throwing the ball before people even cut, right? So whether it was Mac Jones or Purdy playing early, you want to know why they both looked rough earlier on in the season. It's because we were starting guys like Sky Moore, who has started one game all season. And then you got Robinson, who's coming back from suspension. He's got to be thrown in as a starter right away. And then you got Kendrick Bourne, who we signed 4 days before, who has to come in and be a starter, right? It's like that kind of stuff that the offense was just off. Everything is settling down now. The offensive line is playing great. You got the quarterback who's settled down now. You got the wide receivers who are all comfortable when their number is called, no matter what the route is that they're being asked to play now. Like this offense, Kyle Shanahan, like you said, he was so confident in that game. It's like, yeah, we don't need to challenge it. Don't worry, we got him here. And like the offense is officially dialed in. This is the Kyle Shanahan offense we've been waiting for since we signed him from Atlanta. We've been looking for that 35 plus points a game here, and we look like we're about to head towards that again. It's a tough task. I don't know if we're going to get that tonight, but I'm just saying, like that's how we're cruising right now.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into our keys to the game. Mike, number one key to the game: the 49ers win if
the 49ers win if the secondary doesn't disappoint.
All right,
that's it for me. I'm saying secondary. I don't expect it to be a pass rush at all. I'm sorry, not sorry. He's an elusive guy. He's a big guy, and like you said, he's oblivious to pass rush. Sometimes he's like his blind side is like blinder than most, right? But we just don't get home. I'm okay with that as long as we are containing the run. So I will sacrifice every pressure, every pass rush, if that means that we are going to contain the rushing lanes and then not let them beat us deep in the secondary. I will sacrifice that every time.
There you go. Rodney, the word on the street is that he's probably going to play. Pearsall is probably going to play.
Yes.
My key to the game, the 49ers win if, and Big Brick 84 put it in the chat, they win the turnover battle. Again, you spoke on it earlier, right? The Bears defense is fantastic about, and by win, I mean, don't lose the turnover battle. If it's 0-0, I think the 49ers win. Essentially, you can't turn the ball over against this Bears team.
Can we win if it's 0-1 or 2-1? Can we win if we got one and they got two?
You can, but you make your job a lot harder.
Right.
You can't be giving away possessions. You know what I mean? And listen, let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep Thomas Morstead collecting free money on the sidelines. I'm good with no punts, but not if that means that the possessions are ending in turnovers.
In turnovers, okay. Right? No, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay, listen, I like that. I like that.
Gotta protect the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I don't know who's the Bears defensive coordinator.
It's oh, you do know who it is. You know his name. Hold on.
Wasn't it the guy? Is it Dennis Allen? Dennis Allen, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I mean,
they went and put together a really good team, coaching staff this offseason. Dennis Allen hired the Ben Johnson.
You got to be careful. I remember when Dennis Allen was the coach of the New Orleans Saints that the 49ers had trouble scoring against the Saints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they got to be careful with that.
It definitely happens, and that's why you go out and you get guys like this. You know what I mean? So you wanted to make your team formidable, and I think they've done a phenomenal job at doing that.
Yeah.
21 turnovers is crazy. It's crazy. I think the Niners have like 7 on the season. Like it feels like we don't have anything. You know what I mean? It's like, and we're going up against a team with 3 times as many as we have, or something like that. Like it's absolutely nuts, man. It's terrible.
It's crazy. Well, by the way, that 21 turnovers, that's their differential.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, Matt, you're lying.
21. They're plus 21. Yeah, they've forced 31 turnovers total and have given the ball away 10 times.
Bro, this is week 17 we're going into. That means that they're getting 2 takeaways a game.
Yeah. And by the way, that is far and away. So you know who's number 2 in turnover differential? The Houston Texans. They're only plus 14.
Right. So that's differential.
That's 50% more than the number 2 team.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whew. And you're talking about the only way we win is if, man, look. All right. Let's just go ahead and get the 2 out the way early, and then we can just go out and dominate. Let's do a little Jimmy Garoppolo game plan here.
I know. 49ers are minus 4 in turnover differential in the season, by the way.
I was just trying to count total turnovers. I wasn't even trying to do we don't win that battle. No, we don't turn the ball over.
The differential. They have 21 interceptions and 10 fumble recoveries.
Oh my God! And that's just That's not how many they even forced, because we forced a ton of fumbles. We just don't get them back.
That's just the ones that they've taken.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's why. Listen, I hope this is that newfangled flu that's come out this season that's just messing everybody up. I hope they're all like crapping their pants out there. You know what I mean? So we'll know. We'll know if the Bears are wearing their dark blue pants. You know what time it is. All right.
I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah. And listen, the 49ers wearing the 94 red throwbacks, they typically play pretty well in those, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not mad at that. I am a little upset that they waited till the last game of the season to wear the alternative jerseys that everyone broke out, the rivalry joints.
But here's the thing though, Mike. If the 49ers, if they win tonight and they play Seattle for the division, you can't have a tougher test of karma on a jersey than that. Like if the 49ers win tonight and then they win next week, those uniforms are goated for all time. Everybody's going to love them, right?
Right.
Just like they do the away throwbacks because of the Dre Greenlaw tackle at the goal line a couple years ago, right? But if they lose, get them the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Burn them.
Hate them forever. That's it. Burn them up.
That's right.
Exactly. You know those Packers ones that were all sus with the stupid painted leather helmet?
Yeah.
And then they got bitch slapped. Nope. Green Bay's like, nah, get them out of here, man.
I never want to see these things again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Exactly. Football itself, the business of it is a lot of superstition involved in it as well. So
exactly.
I'm here for it, man.
No brown pants. They typically wear their blue on the road and they're white at home. They have like white pants. 1540 the corn. Wait, we aren't wearing those jerseys against Seahawks, are we? Yep, the black rivalry uniforms will be next week.
We haven't worn them all year. That's the one. That's when we're breaking them out.
Yep. So that'll be.
Is that Dan? Who's the corn? Is that Dan? I got to check the chat. All right. Anyways, I'm back.
Any other keys to the game for tonight, Mike, that you got?
We are going to need, we are going to need the offense to stay balanced. I would like us to try to keep the ball out of their hands, like a little clock control. But I also want us to move the ball quickly. I want us to have some explosives also.
Yes, that's me.
Put some pressure on them. Dan, where the heck have you been, dude? Like you gotta DM me your number or something. I've been wanting to check on you. I haven't seen you on the overreaction shows or anything lately. So you gotta let me know, bro. I've been worried about you. We got people doing impromptu poems now during the victory shot segment and everything, man. You messing me up, bro. All right, I'm glad that he's okay though. I didn't know that he changed his name, so I was like, all right. I saw the corn, so I was like, all right, Dan the corn man, Dan the poem man. So he's going back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to see us like control the game, but also sprinkle in some explosives. If that makes any sense at all, right? Like I want to see us like last week we didn't have the ball for a lot of that first half. Like it was all them, but we were scoring so quickly, we kept the pressure on them, right? I want us to do a little bit of both in this game. I want to know that when we want to, we can fire one off, but then we can also 3 yards here, 4 yards there, 3 yards there, keep it going like that.
One more time that sound effect. How do you want it to go? There you go. There you go. Captain Niner, the problem is if the 49ers play the Seahawks and they both wear their rivalry uniforms, the Seahawks theirs are dark, right? The Seahawks had dark.
They did that metallic blue and
right.
Let me see.
No. Okay, theirs were light, but another team say like theirs were light. They had that's right. They were ugly, like metallic.
Oh, they had
that awful oil slick helmet color, like where it looks green straight on, but if you turn to the side, it's all
right. That was blue. The helmets. I was thinking about the jerseys. They look like the white Oregon jerseys with the little stripes on the shoulders. That's what it was.
So here, let's just say, for example, that the 49ers play the Rams, and you want them both to wear rivalry uniforms. They're both black,
right?
But you can't really do that. So that's why. And I think it's good. Nike's going to want to showcase one jersey at a time to bring the most eyeballs to that jersey or whatever. But yeah, as long as they're not as bad as the Jets ones, those were terrible. Like they looked okay in rendering, but like on the field, they looked awful. Like just dingy green, it's trash.
If I told you to fill in the blank, the Niners almost won this game, but
Brock Purdy threw multiple interceptions.
You know, it's funny because I don't think Brock's doing that, but I also agree with you. I think that's the only way it happens, right? Like Brock just has to completely shit the bed. I think the team is too well-rounded right now, and I think we're going to be just fine. So I'm not worried about it.
You know, here's the thing. they're going to have to rely on Brock Purdy because I think, man, I can't. I don't want to. I think Tommy put it in the chat earlier. Um, the 49ers yards per carry drops from 4.1 to 3.3 with no Kittle out there. So if Kittle's not out there, that puts a hampering on the run game, which means that the 49ers are going to have to throw the ball more. And if the more they throw the ball, the more you run the risk of, is there a miscommunication or whatever? I haven't seen Brock Purdy throw blatantly, like even the pick last week, that was on the money. It just bounced off the receiver.
Yeah, that was on.
You know what I mean? Like
that wasn't on. Yeah.
There haven't been too many where you're just like, Brock, where are you throwing that? Even the ones that are like we talked about, right? It's the right read, just the wrong time or wrong timing to throw it. Like maybe he's a step late. And that was when he was first coming back. His timing the last 2 weeks looked really, really good. So there, I haven't seen one that's just like, oh, this was like a bad Brock throw it right to the guy, kind of like where we saw, from Bryce Young today, where he threw one right to the defender. Gosh, who was it? Was it Reed? Was it Jim? Who was it?
I was watching while eating, and I had my tablet on mute.
It was number 20 on the Seahawks. I don't remember his name. But he threw it right to him. Like he had the receiver and he just like threw it short and right to the guy. Or like Shador Sanders, who just tossed one up to absolutely nobody. It's not like that. Or Phillip Rivers, right? Who didn't have enough arm to get a 10-yard flat route. Same. It was literally the same type of route that Winters jumped last week. So I haven't seen those. It's always been you're a tick late and it didn't get there type of thing. So so they're gonna have to rely on him a little bit. All right. Same question. Same question for you, Mike. The 49ers almost won, but
special teams messed up for the first time in a long time.
Okay.
Like we
talking like
catch one.
Pinheiro misses a couple, or
no, I'm thinking something on kickoff. They go to bring one in. Maybe it's like in between. People are kicking away from Sky Moore now, so they're trying to kick towards Robinson. Maybe Robinson's like feeling like I want to get this one, and Moore's running over there. They collide. It's like some Tom and Jerry type shit going on down there. They go to pick it up, and boom, someone down there gets it knocked out or something, and then it's a close game, and that ends up being the difference maker right there.
Yeah. And I agree. It's just that, do you know who the Bears special teams coach is?
I do, Tim Hightower. That's why it'll be the most ironic thing in the fucking world, bro. Like, imagine Tim Hightower having a big moment.
Richard Hightower.
What did I? Oh, I said Tim. Richard. Yeah, Richard Hightower.
Tim Hightower was the running back for the Cardinals.
The running back.
Right? Yeah.
Richard Hightower. My bad. You knew who I meant, though, man. But yeah, like our former guy that we couldn't wait to get rid of. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, definitely. We got a super chat in here. Delvin Thomas 3587 $5 super chat. Thank you. We just got to play our game in our house, and Chicago can't hang with us. We got this. Key to victory: play confident but not overconfident. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how the Bears are in prime time, but it's the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde for Purdy. He either plays really, really well or he plays really, really bad. And I haven't seen just an average primetime game from Purdy, I don't think.
Well, here's the good news.
Like Carolina, right? 3 first half picks, and they win the game. But then last week against Indianapolis, 5 touchdowns.
Right, and 1 pick.
Yeah.
So
which wasn't even
they said really. Yeah. They said it's Monday night that he does bad on, and this is Sunday night, so we should be good to go. I'm ready for smooth sailing, man. Pour the drinks. Let's kick the fires, light the tires, baby. Get these hookahs going. Let's relax and have a good one, man.
I do wish that the Packers hadn't have given the Bears the division just yet. I feel like that would have been a little extra sprinkle of pressure on them, that with a young team that's trying to find their footing as a team that wins, might have been a little bit more pressure, could have been in 49ers' favor. But, that being said, again, you're talking about a team that's flying all the way across the country. You got like 12 dudes that are sick. At the very least, even if they do all play, you got to think that their wind is not going to be underneath them. They're going to get tired early and often. Rome Odunze has already been ruled out. Then you got your other top receiver, DJ Moore, who's now new. So he's just getting sick. So he's probably really feeling bad. you're flying in your right tackle from across the country after the fact. There's a lot of things that could break in the 49ers
Yeah.
direction, but they
He
have
could
to
be
go out
jet
there
lag.
focused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to go
Yeah.
out there
So
focused.
we got to control DeAndre Swift. That's the main focal point for the defense. Control DeAndre Swift, and then just take whatever Caleb Williams throws your way. Literally, just take it.
Yep.
That is it. That's all you got to do.
right,
Guy
so
is a good running back too. So let me not pretend
yeah,
like he's
100%.
not. He's flashing as well.
Yeah. They need to stop the run, but I will say the last couple of weeks, Alfred Collins and CJ West been very nice.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Alfred Collins is a beast. He's turned out to be a really good draft pick for the 49ers. I would say, and no shade to Michael Williams, who just got injured. But he's definitely been no. I think Collins has definitely been the bright spot from the rookie class for sure.
Got you.
Yeah. All right, Mike. So let's go with our offensive defensive player of the game and our final scores. Again, this is a truncated show just because we want to make sure that everybody can get out there, go have dinner with your family and get ready for, tonight on the East Coast. And if you're trying to, peep the end of this Philadelphia and Buffalo game, you can get into that too. So, Mike, offensive player of the game.
All right. I'm going to stay away from the skill position group. And I'm actually going to go with Trent Williams. I think Trent Williams, for a different reason, he's been playing phenomenal. I think what he's doing with Burford and how you could see Burford taking to him in the coaching is absolutely phenomenal, and it's making that left side of the 49ers offensive line a wall. We are going to have to lean on that side of the line, especially if Kittle's not out there today. So the running, I want to see them doing some stuff to the left or seeing Burford pull with the confidence that he's getting from Trent Williams. Trent Williams is going to be pivotal to the success of today's game. So I don't have a stat line. I'm sorry, but I got Trent Williams as my offensive player of the game.
All right. I'm going to go with a collection of players. I'm also going to stay away from the skill position players. The main skill position players. I'm going to go with a collection of players, and it is the pick up George Kittle slack group. And that's going to be a combination of Luke Farrell, Jake Tonjes, and Kyle Juszczyk. We haven't heard Kyle Juszczyk's name called. Look for him to get out on a wheel route or something of that nature and make an impact. So they're going to need to find some offense away from the main guys. The Bears are going to want to take away Christian McCaffrey. They're going to want to take Ricky Pearsall away. You need that underneath blanket for Brock Purdy to threaten underneath to make the Bears jump forward so Brock can start completing those intermediate routes in the middle of the field. So I would look for those guys to combine for 5 catches, 50 yards for those guys.
Good shit, man. I like that. All
right, Mike, defensive player of the game. Who you got?
Defensive player of the game. This is going to be interesting, man. I'm going to have to go with, let me see. Renardo Green is out. I don't want to go with Diamador Lenore. That's kind of like low-hanging fruit, but he is due for a bounce-back game. I am going to do it. Fuck it. I'm going to do Diamador Lenore. Not so much bouncing back because he's been a disappointment, but he's kind of been quiet. Like as far as like big plays and good plays, I'm gonna say Diamador has not one but 2 interceptions in this game, 6 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 3 passes broken up. Why are they targeting him so much? I don't know, but that's what I'm saying.
All right, I think last week did I call D Winters having a good game last week against the Colts? I feel like I did, and he had the pick 6. So I think I said he was gonna have double-digit tackles and then a tackle for loss. But this week, let's keep that mojo going. I think I'm going to go with Malik Mustafa. I think he's going to play a huge role in the run game. And I think between, the running backs, Swift and Manunjai, I think that he's going to force 2 fumbles tonight against the running backs coming up and hitting them. So let's go with Malik Mustafa for that.
I like that. That boy's a hitter too. I like that.
Question in the chat that I wanted to throw up there. Where was it? Let's see. I can't find it right now. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. If we win out first seed, who might we get first round? So they reseed after
no one. It's a trick question.
Yeah, it's a. You're going to get a bye. But who would you get in the divisional round? Theoretically, you would get the lowest seed out of the winning teams. So 2 plays.
So
7,
whoever's playing
6,
Tampa
plays 5. Yeah,
whoever's playing Tampa or Carolina, which might actually be Seattle.
Yes. Because who else? Well, the Rams too, right?
Yeah, all the wild cards are going to the NFC West.
Yeah,
So we're going to be playing a division opponent if we get the number 1 seed.
yeah.
If we
So
get the number 1 seed, we're going to be playing a division opponent because I don't think the NFC East or the NFC South can beat either of the teams from the NFC West.
you don't think the Eagles can beat the Rams? They did it earlier this season.
No, I don't. I don't.
Not
I
at
know
this
that they
point.
did it earlier. No, the Eagles. Well, I mean, they're putting up a good fight right now against Buffalo, but I'm not buying what they're selling right now.
Yeah, they're a weird team, right? I don't know. Green Bay will be 7. They're going to lose right off rip because they're going to play the number 2 seed, whoever that is.
Wait, Green Bay's making the playoffs?
Yeah,
That
Green
can't
Bay,
be. Aren't there?
yeah. No, Green Bay.
Oh shit! There's three wild card teams.
Yeah, there's
now.
3 wild cards. The only thing that's still up for grabs is the NFC South division.
Right.
And that's going to be a straight up match between Carolina and Tampa. Winner takes all. Every other NFC playoff team has been decided, and I think the AFC is decided already too.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think
no. There's
the
Jaguars are playing Houston or something
Texans,
like that, right?
Yeah, but the Texans have made the playoffs. That's the only question is who makes the wild card, who makes the division.
Oh, gotcha.
Like the division winner. I think that's the only question. And I think they play each other too.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Final score predictions.
All right, guys. I think it's going to be a slow one to start, so don't get upset. I can see an early turnover for the Niners. We got to settle down, and we'll turn it around in the second half. We are a second half team after all. I'm going to say Niners get the dub here. Give me the 49ers 28, and give me the Bears 17.
All right. Wallace Light, do we punt today? I mean, if we don't, it's the first time it'll happen in NFL history. I don't think there's been a game where a team didn't punt 3 times in a row. All right. I'm going to go with the 49ers. I'm going to go 31-21. I think the offense continues to roll today. I think Brock Purdy is hitting his stride at just the right time. And I think the 49ers are going to pull out a big dub on Sunday Night Football. Boy, these must be Chicago fans, brother. We got a 35.
For sure. I didn't even put my I didn't even put the tags in my video, but they're in here anyway, so it's funny, man.
Although this guy's Carmichael Dave, that's a KNBR reference, I feel like.
I don't know.
I don't know,
man.
44-23, Delvin Thomas. Shualongo 28-24.
You guys think the Niners are going crazy, huh?
32-17. Now, again, like it always goes, if you guess the score correctly, you do win some merch. Nobody's ever gotten it, so we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. Some people look like
one guess though.
Like
look
at this. Look at this scoregami right here. I feel like 42-23. That feels like scoregami to me. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for this truncated show. Go ahead, follow, subscribe if you haven't already to Mike here, Patreon. Patreon.com/NB Niners, and then Nothing But Niners on Instagram there. Mike, where else can the people find you?
No, that's it, man. If you guys are looking for me, you want to message me on X or something like that, my handle is Mike Andrews 83, so you guys can follow me over there. And then we have Instagram and Twitch and all that. Just look for Nothing But Niners or some variation of it. You'll find us over there. Perfect.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for us today. Thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully you guys can enjoy the game tonight. It's going to be a good one. The 49ers really need this to make week 18 really worth anything. Mike, we didn't even talk about it. If let's just say the 49ers do lose, are they locked into 6, or what would they would need the Rams to lose 1 to get to 5, right?
Yeah. Then it depends on 5 or 6 is the battle after that. Yep.
Okay. What is it looking like? Let's just spitball here.
I got the thing here.
What's the standings? Who would they play? Who would be the 3 seed? Philadelphia. Let's see. Eagles are 10-5. Bears 11-4. So they might. Let's see.
Do you want me to share the screen with you?
I got
the
it
simulator here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you got it.
No. Go ahead. Share your screen.
All right.
Here's what we got.
Let me know when you're home.
Let me get these assets out of the way here. All
All
right, what
right,
do we
there
got?
we go. So here we go. So you're saying that if we lose,
If the
what
49ers
happens?
lose, yeah,
Right.
where would we end up?
All right. So that's that.
Let's say
Now,
let's say Philadelphia's winning. Okay, 6 seed. Yeah, so we would probably end
are
up
we giving this
at
game to Philly?
Philadelphia.
Because
I
this game
mean,
is active now,
yeah,
and I think
they're up
Philly's up 2
13
scores, right?
nothing at the half. Yeah, they're up 13 nothing
All
at the
right.
half.
So boom,
It would
they're
still
both
be
11 and
Philadelphia.
5.
Okay.
And then if we go to the
We go to
following
week
week,
18. Let's just say let's just say that who's Philadelphia playing?
Rams win. It doesn't. I mean, we
Yeah,
can't take the.
Commanders. But
And
make
then
the
let's say
Bears
we
lose
win.
next week. Make the Bears lose
I'll
to
make the Bears
yeah.
lose the Lions. We still.
Okay,
It looks like we're locked in at
yep,
6.
we would lock into 6. Well, if you make the Rams lose twice, then the 49ers would. So if you make Arizona and then make them lose week 18 as well, or week 17 as well. Make the Falcons win.
No, look. Oh,
Make the Falcons win. Yeah. So then we could get it if the Rams lose both games and we lose one. Otherwise, we're locked into 6.
Gotcha. So that's
Okay.
the only way. All
So
right.
the 49ers should just win these 2 games. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's stop worrying about what happens if we lose and go out there, kick ass, and worry about what happens who we're playing in the divisional round.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you as always for joining us. Again, a truncated show. That way we could get something out to you guys before game time. So for Mike, for myself, for Zach, who's at home on his couch sick, thank you guys as always for joining us. We love having you here. And until next time, go Niners.